Hey everyone, so I'm in the basement. I spent the last hour in the garage talking about the GS400 paint correction, and I got down here to edit the video and realized I didn't make an intro. The plan is to, for this video, walk around the car, show you some of the defects that the paint has, and then remove the rear spoiler. So the first step that I did today was take the car out into the driveway. It was a beautiful day out. I washed the car, I clay barred it to remove the surface contaminants, and then pulled it back in the garage, dried it off, and got to work. Okay, we'll start with the hood. There's a particular spot that I noticed will show up well on the camera. Using my headlamp inspection light, you can see the swirls. Here's a nice scratch. You can see quite clearly, there's a few of them actually, almost like something was dragged along the hood. There's a few other areas that have the same thing on the hood and the roof. I'm not going to look at them all, but this is just to give you a general idea. So again, just look at the swirls. The paint almost looks pink. It's called Cinnabar Red, I think. Wind deflectors were installed on the windows and they are just chewed up. We're going to take the polisher to that and see if we can get some of that out. B-pillars, this black plastic polishes up nice. I did this on my S4, it came out looking really good. C-pillars, same as the rest of the car, just full of swirls, just covered. One area that I'm interested in knowing if it'll clean up is the corners of this trunk. I believe the brackets that hold the spoiler on are probably a bit rusty because there's some drip marks that are stains on the paint here, and I'm anxious to know if they're going to come off from the polishing process. First thing I want to do before I start paint correcting the car is get everything ready so that once I get going I don't have to stop and disassemble anything. The first thing I want to do is take the spoiler off. I've prepped it already by taping around the edge of the cover where the bolts are. And basically all I'm going to do is take my plastic pry tool and get behind it and just pull it off, go around it and work it off. There was some double-sided tape that I had to just cut with the pry tool, but it broke really easily. So I'll finish this up and I'll show you what the bolts look like. Okay, I've removed the plastic covers. They're simply held on by two patches of Velcro and one strip of double-sided tape. It literally just pops off. Now that that's off, we can access our two 10mm bolts. There's two on this side and two on the other, so let's go ahead and remove these. Before you get too far in removing your spoiler, leave your bolts partially threaded in so that the spoiler doesn't fall off. You're going to want to remove your trunk lining to disconnect the brake light harness. And there are plastic clips all around the perimeter of this lining, and this is what they look like. What you can use is your plastic pry tool and just get behind it and they just pop right off. With all the clips off, remove the liner and then put it to the side. Or right there. With the liner removed, come in this area here and you can see the wire that runs out to your spoiler, and there's a white connector. You just push the tab down and pull it out. Now you're ready to remove the spoiler. Now that the spoiler is removed, just put it to the side and we'll deal with this later. Okay, when you're pulling the spoiler off, it's going to feel really hard, like it doesn't want to come off. There are plastic clips that look like this right here. So there's the double-sided tape. The tape on this car was it lost all its adhesive, so it wasn't holding it down. but these plastic clips, they pop into the sheet metal of the trunk lid, so you have to pop those off. You got to give it a good pull, and they'll just pop right out. Feels like you're breaking something, but just give it a good pull and they'll come right out. With the spoiler removed, we'll just come in here and inspect the brackets. There's a little bit of surface rust on this one, but nothing too bad. Dirty, we'll clean all that up. We have now clear access to the trunk lid for polishing. One area of concern I've noticed is rust on the trunk lid here. Not nice. Now there is some other rust under the license plate light bracket, and it may mean that we have to source another trunk lid. That'd probably be the easiest thing, or bring it into a body shop and have it all repainted. In tomorrow's episode, we're going to go over our plan of attack for doing our two-step correction, including the pads we're going to use and the compound and polish. Stay tuned.